Hi everyone, I'm so excited. So in my book, Step-by-Step Guide to Foraging Edible Wild Plants, I have a recipe in there for cattail stalks. So I got some cattail stalks on my walk. Yay! So I'm gonna make my recipe. And then I also got amazing rhubarb from the garden. I think in my cook along with Kami, I have a recipe for what I like to do with rhubarb. Anyway, so I'm gonna make both of those. Okay, bye. Or no, just see you in a minute. So the recipe, it turns out, is for cattail pickles. And I don't want pickles, I want dinner. So I'm getting out my big pan and my cutting board. I'm just gonna start rinsing things. Really rinsing well, taking off the exterior peels or layers or whatever. So just showing you that I'm removing those parts. And I only took a couple of cattail stalks because it's springtime and the animals are nesting a lot. And I didn't want to disturb anything that they might have had going on in those cattail reeds. Yes, oh my gosh, I'm so excited. That's a very smug look. So I'm cutting off the ends. And then I'm showing you that where it bends, that's where you're gonna cut. Similar to green onions. It gets kind of tough towards the end, so you don't want to eat all of the green part. So now I'm just doing a little small slices here. It's like bamboo shoots. It's an awful lot like green onion. It doesn't have that oniony flavor. Oh, that's my husband talking. I don't know if you could hear him. He and I both work from home. I mean, I go into a place and see clients too, but mostly from home. Our cat Mischief works from home. So sometimes you'll see evidence of all of us working together. All right, so that's the cattails done. Like I said, I only took 2, and it's very fibrous material, so you wouldn't want that to be your whole meal or anything like that. But it sure is nice to include it. Okay, so I'm showing you turning it up to high. This is my famous get it up to high and then cover it and turn it off technique. So you steam it at the end. I talk about this in my cook along with Kami and also my plant-based eating hacks. So because I got those 2 cattail stalks, I need more for my food, right? So I got some big collard leaves and some little potatoes and carrots. So I'm gonna get all of that together. That's a nice little meal. I've got my Norwegian skirt on. I'm very happy with that braid that's on the side of my head. Just the whole thing's turning out. You know what I mean? You know how sometimes things just kind of turn out? One carrot. I'm showing you I have 1 carrot. Okay. So getting that nice and clean. And I'm letting the water run because I'm just doing a few. Oh yeah, showing you. I'm peeling the carrot with the sharp edge of my knife. I didn't feel like getting my vegetable peeler out, and I'm just letting the water run because it's just a few vegetables. So if I were doing more, I would put all the vegetables in a big bowl and let them get clean that way. So cutting off both ends and just a rough chop. So I'm just getting those carrots to where they're not so big, and then just do a little slice there. Nothing fancy. Yep, all right, it's coming along. It looks really yummy, lots of colors. Try to eat the rainbow every day. So I'm getting these potatoes. It turns out it would have been a very good thing for me to cut up the potatoes, so wash them and then cut them up and put them in the pan first and let them get going, because the potatoes need the longest to cook. But I was so darn excited about those cattails that I just got those in. So then I realized, you know what, I need to kind of pre-cook these a little bit first, so I'm going to put them in the microwave for 2 minutes. That's what I'm trying to show you. I'm putting them in the microwave for 2 minutes. Now I'm showing you something I learned in cooking school. I'm cutting that stem out. You can also just rip the leaves off the stem, but I just like to cut it. In wintertime, I put that stem out in the snow for the animals, but it's springtime now. They have plenty. So I'm just cutting those stems out, and I'm about to show you something. Really a neat way to deal with your greens. Any green leaves that you might have. You get them flat, you put them all together, then you fold them in half. And you roll them like a cigar. I don't know, have you ever rolled a cigar? I've never rolled a cigar, but this is what I imagine. Or like maybe a spring roll. Let's say a spring roll. Now, okay, yeah, I turn that down. I turn down the stove. See how I'm slicing it lengthwise? That is a hack right there. You slice it lengthwise, and then the little slices of greens are not so long. It's genius. I learned that in cooking school. Okay, so those collards have lots of water in them. Normally, this would be a plenty amount of moisture. Everything would be able to just steam up and be fine. So my original thing, the recipe that's in the book is for dill pickles from Cattail. But I didn't want pickles, but I just went ahead and used some dill because, you know, that was the original idea for this whole project. So that's the potatoes done. I am getting some coconut oil because I realized when I looked in the fridge, not too much, a little bit, maybe half a teaspoon. I'm putting the rest on my hands. When I looked in the fridge to get the carrot and potato and all that, I realized that I had one more thing I wanted to add, but it was going to need oil because it would stick. So that's why I went and got the oil. It's not great to heat up oil and eat that. It's not great to eat oil in general, but I eat it a little bit sometimes. So those are those potatoes, and they're so hot, you guys. It really would have been good to cut them up before I put them in the microwave, or just cut them up and have them in the pan first. But it also does make them easier to cut when they've been in the microwave. So, you know, choose how you want to do it, but they're hot, I'm not going to lie. So I'm just cutting those up. They've been a little bit pre-cooked in the microwave. See how much steam is coming off that food? Looking good. Yum. We're building up our meal here. This is Florida seasoned pepper. Sorry, it's backwards. I think it's going to be backwards for you. I don't know. Sometimes it's not backwards, sometimes it is. So I got the Florida seasoned pepper from Penzies, and I was really excited about it. So just opening that up, pour your herbs and spices into your hand first so that you don't get a whole big glob. Again, I learned that the hard way. Oh, it smells good. Yeah. So, what have I made that hole in the middle for? There's the rice pot. So when I was getting the other stuff, I saw my rice pot in there, so I knew that I had at least some rice. So I'm like, oh, I'm going to add some. So that's why I had gotten the oil out, because otherwise the rice would really stick. It's very starchy. It's already cooked rice, left over from some other meal in my rice pot. I'm just showing you all together, rough proportions there. And I'm going to cover it now. The heat is off. And let it just steam and get nice and yummy. I have a lemon and a lime. Yes, lemon and a lime. I realize I'm kind of backlit and all that, but this is pretty informal. It's just me in my kitchen. So I cut the ends off and then I cut them in half. Squeezing the ends in. Careful with your fingers. Grabbing my green little juicer thingy that I love. Flip that upside down. That way the fruit goes inside out and more of the juice comes out. That's a hack for you. That's another hack. I just figured that out on my own. Yep. Flip it upside down. Yeah. There it is. I'm going to put that in the glass. What is she doing? Those are the peels. Those are the spent peels. So I'm going to juice into the glass where I had also put the peels. Juice. And then I feel like that's enough peel in the glass. So now I'm going to put the rest of these peels into what? The simmer pot. I've talked to you about simmer pots before. Going into my simmer pot. See how you don't have to waste too much stuff? You can usually get different uses going. Oh yeah, Curious Elixir number 4. Curious Elixirs are 0 proof cocktails and they are delicious. And not only are they 0 proof and delicious, but they tend to have healthy things like ashwagandha and other kinds of herbs and roots. They are really great beverages. I love them. Yeah, cheers, Cam. Yummy. Yeah, that's good. So with that citrus I put, yep, showing you the burners are off. With the citrus that I put in, I'm going to let that steam for 1 minute. And I'm going to get my plate bowl that I like. Bowl plate. Spaghetti plate, whatever it is. And that's it. From beginning to end. What is this, about 15 minutes? Using some food that I foraged and then just some other stuff that I foraged at the supermarket. And I've got this beautiful vegetable rice dish with citrus and a zero-proof cocktail. Quick. And the cleanup is like nothing. So I just put water in that pan. That looks delicious, Kami. I just put water in the pan. Is it good? It's hot. It smells good. Yeah. So good. It's hot. Yummy. Yeah. That's yummy. There's the cattail. Yummy. It doesn't have much flavor. It's like a bamboo shoot. Yep. Bon appetit. Bye.